818, they were like normal. And when in fact, none were created. It was a fraud. And the papers refused to write about it as a fraud because they're fake. And it was a total lie. They thought they'd be able to get away with it through the election. They didn't want to have this information come out before the election. See, and I look up to the sky. Thank you very much. Because this would, in normal times, right? This would, in normal times, be a disqualifier. Do you know she's using my term now? Do you believe it? She uses everything I do. She uses even Saturday Night Live. They copied. They copied. Think of that. Saturday. Oh, she was great. They copied my routine. I did it a long time ago. They copied the same routine. I didn't. I think I did it better. Actually, I don't think. I think anybody could have done it. I think anybody could have done it better, Dan. Right? But fortunately, there was a whistleblower on the 818, and I thought it was an amazing thing. So it got released, and now to add to it further, they've just revised other past reports, jobs reports, down by 112,000 other fake jobs were reported. For almost 1 million fraudulent jobs were created, and it all got released right now in front of the election. One day, I mean, it was 3 days that we heard about it, but we're talking about it now. And normally this would be a disqualifier. This would be, you wouldn't be able to even run for office. Meanwhile, 100% of the net jobs created in the last year have gone to migrants. They haven't gone to American citizens. Did you know that? These are depression-type numbers, and that's where we're heading if she's elected. You have a depression, I don't mean like a recession. I mean a depression with a capital D. Under my leadership, we are quickly going to turn this economic nightmare into an economic miracle. We're going to do great things. You are. We're going to make America wealthy again, and we're going to make America affordable. We have to get the prices down. I told the story this morning. A woman goes up to a counter in a supermarket with 3 apples. Who's reported somewhere, and it's just like, this can't happen in this country, and brings them up, 3 apples. An elderly woman brings them up to the counter, and she realized that they're too expensive and they've gone up so much from the last couple of months. And she takes one of the apples back to the refrigeration section and walks back, and she buys 2 apples instead of 3. This shouldn't be happening in the United States of America. So we're just one day away from the best jobs and biggest paychecks and the brightest economic future that the world has ever seen. But you must vote. Kamala's plan will impose the largest tax hike in American history and raise taxes on the typical American family by at least $3,000 a year. And this is the only politician I've ever seen. You know, she's a very low IQ person. You know that. I want to have a smart president. I don't want any more. We had 4 years of these guys. President Xi, Mike, of China is not a low IQ person. Do you agree? He's a very severe person. He's a very fierce person, but low IQ is not one of his traits. Do we agree? No, but these guys, these leaders at the top of their game, and we don't have that. We have people that 30 years ago, Biden wasn't any good. He had the worst policy ever. If you would have taken Biden's policy reviews over a 40-year period and reversed them, you would have gone down as the single greatest policy expert, foreign policy expert. My plan will massively cut taxes for workers and small businesses, and we will have no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our seniors. Kamala will crush Pennsylvania energy workers, and she's going to ban fracking. By the way, don't let this happen. Her whole life, she's against anything coming out of the ground. She likes the wind. You know, the wind, it kills all your birds. That doesn't work. That's the most expensive energy in the entire world. And then after 10 years, when it rusts out, they don't look too good. So she wants to ban fracking. And she's going to ban, that's 500,000 Pennsylvania jobs. There's no way that you can vote for that. That's your biggest industry. You got a lot of stuff under there. It's going to come out and it's clean and nice and good. And you're doing great things for the country because the country uses it. I will end Kamala's war on energy, and we will frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill. And I will cut your energy prices, all of your energy, gasoline for the house, air conditioning, heating, everything. In 1 year from January 20th, which would be the day we take over. Oh, it's so close, but still dangerous. These people, how would you like to be Putin and you want to call the United States and you have no idea who to call? No, it's true. Let's see, let's call up the United States. I'd like to work something out. Who do we call? Sir, really, there's nobody you can speak to. I just thought of that the last couple of days. They want to make a deal, Mike, and they have nobody to speak to. You know, maybe they'll speak to the guy right alongside of you. You got a great Senate. By the way, you have a great Senate candidate. I hope you're gonna go for David. He's great. I hope you're gonna go. He's working hard. You know, it's hard beating those guys that are in there for 25 years and do nothing. See, when you do nothing, you're a survivor. You can never get yourself into problems. He does nothing for you. He doesn't fight for your frack, and he wouldn't care. He wouldn't even say to her, no, we can't do that. That's going to have a terrible impact on Pennsylvania and the country. He would never say that. He's a survivor. His father was in for 25 years. He's in for whatever the hell he's in for, 25 something. And they are tough to beat, I have to tell you, because he's just a survivor. That's the only thing he's good at. You need more than a survivor. You need this guy. This man is good, David McCormick. And he's working hard. Get him up here. Come on, David. Come on. We got to get him. David McCormick. And I'll tell you, I've known him for a long time. He was a winner in school. He was a great soldier. Everything was good. Everything was good. You have a chance to get somebody outstanding. And what you have now is not outstanding.
Thank you. All right, Keystone State. It's going to happen right here. It all comes down to here. We have a choice. We have a choice between strength, that guy who said fight, 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 and weakness. We have a choice between common sense policies and a radical liberal agenda. You have a choice between a senator who's going to fight with this guy for change or the status quo. We've got to win this election. It's the most important ones of your lifetime. President Trump's putting it all out there. I'm putting it all out there. We need you to do everything you can do to take our country back. We need you to get out and vote. We need you to tell 10 friends. We need you to put up signs. We need you to pray. And if you do that, on November 6th, we'll say on this day, November 5th, we saved our country. We got it back on track. We put the right leadership in place. And we made Pennsylvania great again. Thank you.
Wow. We have some other senators here, and I have to tell you, I think they're looking forward to having him as a partner in the Senate. We have some good ones, too. Senator Bill Hagerty, Tennessee. Tom Cotton, a great guy. Tom Cotton. Tom is a great guy. Arkansas. And Marco is Marco. He's fantastic. Thank you, fellas. Thank you, fellas. That's a great group of people. I heard Marco, that little speech he gave, that was pretty, I didn't understand a damn word he was saying. But he's great. You have a lot of members of Congress, but just a few of them that I have to, because they're outstanding. They're outstanding people. John Joyce, Lloyd Smucker, Dan Muser, G.T. Thompson. These guys are all warriors. Stand up, fella. They're warriors. They are warriors. And Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she's doing a fantastic job. She's fantastic. Pennsylvania Treasurer Stacey Garrity. Where's Stacey? Thank you, Stacey. Oh, thank you, Stacey. Good job. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, great guy. Great guy. RNC Chairman Michael Watley, he's doing good. He's doing good. I told him, do me a favor. You've heard this speech before. Stay back. Just work on the votes. We've heard this speech before. You have a man from Europe. I don't know if he's here. I saw him backstage. What he did was, and what he is doing is sort of what we did a few years ago. He's doing a great job. He's always been my friend for some reason. He liked me. I liked him. And he's shaking it up pretty good over there. He was the big winner of the last election in the UK, and he's a very spectacular man, very highly respected, Nigel Farage. He's a little bit of a rebel, but that's good. You know, that's good. Don't change, Nigel. And you have my children, and they are spectacular. Don, Eric, Tiffany, and Laura, and Michael Boulos. And Tiffany's going to have a baby very soon. Gonna have a baby. Tiffany's having a baby. Thank you very much. That's really great. They're very good. They're very good kids. And a lot of friends are here. Steve Witkoff is here. He's given a lot of money to different charities and all. He's really, really something. Oh, they're there. I'm wondering why are all those cameras? That's the innocent right there. And you know, Laura is a superstar. Laura is like unbelievable. Laura has been unbelievable. Laura, you know, she was born and really loves the place, North Carolina, and she can't hold it against her, right? She was born, she loves North Carolina, and so do I, so do we all. We've never had a loss at North Carolina. And she could have been senator very easily. And I said, do you think it's something you'd want to do? Nobody could have beaten her. She was through the roof. And she said, no, I love my husband. I love my children. I really want to give them some time. We end up making her like chairman of the Republican Party. That's supposed to be easier, along with Michael Watley. But she loves North Carolina, and she could have. And Ted Butter's doing a great job. I said, Ted, would you like to? She said, I'll only run if Laura doesn't run, because nobody can beat her, which is really true. And she said, I think Ted would be great. He ran, he won, and he's a fantastic senator. But I just want to thank this group is a very special group. And Ivanka and Barron. Ivanka called me this morning and she said, Daba, great time today, because this is, you know, we're going to be doing 4 of these today. 4. They're big ones. They're big, but we felt we could do the abbreviated version. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I have to get around. Do you mind if we speak for 5 minutes? And everyone said, I guess. But we do the whole deal. You've been with me from the beginning, and I'm with you from the beginning. So. And we have Barron, and Barron he got into a great college, and he's doing really well. Barron is watching us as we speak. He loves this stuff. Barron's watching with our first lady, our beautiful first lady. Oh, she's got the #1 selling book in the country. Melania, it's called. Go buy it. Buy it for Christmas. It's beautiful. I read it every page very closely before I recommended it. I didn't know. You got to be careful. Now, she wrote a great book, a #1 bestseller on the New York Times list. You know, for Trump to get on the #1 bestseller on the New York Times list, most people would consider it like virtually impossible. And she did. So that means she sold a hell of a lot of books. And so go get Melania. But Barron and Ivanka, say hello. And I want to thank you very especially. This is our last time now for forever. Well, we started this. Think how sad. We started this, right? We started it really as a family unit 9 years ago. We've had the biggest rallies, the most spectacular rallies in the history of politics. It's the biggest and most powerful movement in the history of our country by far. And I say that in front of the fake news all the time. There's nobody can correct it. And I tell the story of Pat Buchanan. I like Pat Buchanan. Now he's a pretty old guy. I hope he's around. I think he is, but he's a pretty old guy. But he became very famous and very successful, and he was on all the shows for years, for 40 years, because he came in second in the New Hampshire primary. And he took that. We won 50 states, and then we won the presidency. And we did even better the second time than we did the first time, as you know. We had more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country. And things happen. And I said, you know what? We did so well. Let me see how they're doing. And they were doing horribly because I didn't need to do this. And they were doing horribly. And I said to the family, I said to Melania, Barron, and I said to Ivanka, I said to everybody, I said, I think we got to do it again. We had, think of it, if I would have done badly in 2020, I wouldn't do it. It would have been easier. But we all know how well we did. And I said, we got to do it again, only because I looked at the incompetence, Afghanistan, all these things that were happening. You take a look at it, you take a look at how bad, nothing good was happening. We were disrespected all over the world. Other countries laugh at us right now, and now they're laughing harder than they've ever laughed before. And we're not going to let anybody laugh at us. It's not going to happen. So I said, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. And now the people that it was, quite contentious because you had some people, but now those people are real friends of ours again. And we have a party that's very well united. And most importantly, we're going to show up and vote tomorrow. And if you do, you're going to win. I mean, the ball's in our court. As they say in athletics, the ball is in our court. All we have to do is get out and vote, and we walk away with the greatest political event in history. But much more important, it's going to be the event that saves our country. Okay? So, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. They're really good kids. They're really good. That's not to say that I didn't have little difficulty with them on occasion, especially Don, but no, I'm only kidding. No, good speeches. Good job. Thank you, kids. I'll see you later. Good. Thank you very much. And your father, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know what was happening. I saw all these cameras turned. I say, why are those cameras being turned away from me? What's going on? But, in a way, they've become stars. They're just great. They're great people. And, they do it because they love the country. They love it. Thank you very much, all. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So here are the facts. And Kamala, now we have to talk. Oh, bring them up. Okay, come on, let's go. They all want me to bring them up. There's a lot of love. Come here, my boy. Come here, my beautiful boy.
We are 24 hours away from sending the greatest president this country's ever seen back to the White House. And I just want to say how much love we truly feel from everyone in Pennsylvania, but truly across the country. You guys are our family. We love you. God bless you. We are here fighting by your side, not just now, but forever, because we are so blessed to live in the greatest country on earth, the United States of America. We love you guys. Thank you.
This man right here is the greatest warrior America has ever seen. And our family is so damn proud of him. We will fight on this stage for as long as we're here. We're always going to fight for the greatest country in the world, which is the United States.